Civilization, arguably the defining name of the 4X turn-based strategy genre, has finally returned after 8 years, with Civilization VII bringing a host of actual innovation to the series. And thanks to 2K for sponsoring this video, I am able to bring you the showcase and breakdown of what awaits you here. And so whether you are a Caesar Augustus, Napoleon, or perhaps a Himiko, make sure to leave a like on the video and a comment down below with your thoughts on the game, and check out the game on PC and consoles. If you're even slightly familiar with the strategy genre, you probably know the gist of what the Civilization series is all about. You take a chosen civilization through the ages from simpler days to the modern era. Found and build up your cities with different specializations and focuses, research technological innovations and make cultural progress, conduct diplomacy in any way you can, explore the world, and of course, take your army where words fail. First of all though, I want to talk to you about the thing that makes the most difference to me, as a certified lover of campaign maps and aesthetics. Civilization's brand new next generation map is probably the single most important thing to me when it comes to Civ 7. Civilization VII is now probably the most beautiful strategy game of its kind, as it chose to combine beautiful colors with actual realistic expressions. The map finally sports tall mountains, which stand distinct from the lowlands below. We have thick forests, varied terrain, and beautiful shorelines. Seeing as most of the map is covered in fog of war, Firaxis completely changed how that fog is conveyed, and took a big risk changing it to kind of a stylish tile system. But I actually love this design, and uncovering every new piece of land feels good because of how the animations work alongside the discovery. But perhaps my favorite change relates to what you'll actually be changing yourself: the city models and the armies. Civilization VII cities are so beautiful that you'll wonder how they could ever look any different. As you progress through the game, they'll just get more and more beautiful as the cities sprawl and feel dense in a way they've never done before. The attention to detail is just as intricate when it comes to the armies, whose changing uniforms and types has kept me straight up salivating for more. I think I'm just so appreciative of when devs actually manage to take positive leaps in their visuals and designs, and Civilization VII does just that across its campaign. In terms of gameplay changes, I want to first focus on two aspects which to me have made this game infinitely more fun. First of all, let's talk about the innovation in army management and warfare. It used to be that you would move armies around the map individually, basically no matter what. You could at some point perhaps join units together into a stronger unit, or you could level up a unit by using them in combat. I always thought this was kind of abstract though, and I felt like the system needed a change to make it more fun and strategic. This is why I'm so happy that Firaxis actually implemented a completely new army system tied to its army leader unit. Because even though you can still move units around the map individually, which can be useful to control various choke points for example, if you truly want to deal some damage in terms of warfare, you should use an army leader. An army leader is not an offensive unit on its own, but it allows you to combine a bunch of individual military units into one army group. This allows you to make invasions a ton more effective, because you now not only move everyone to the same spot at once, but you can also unpack the army at your chosen spot. It feels like you're taking an army from a march position to a siege position for example, when you unpack them in front of an enemy city, and I love the animations for both packing and unpacking. While you can still order individual units to attack, the army leader, when in range, can even order joint attacks or stances for the entire army at once. And more than just being an organizer, the army leader is also now the only unit that can apply experience points and upgrades. You see, every unit attached to an army leader and who takes an offensive action gains experience for that army leader. This means that when the army leader levels up, you're able to give every unit in the army group an advantage in any of your chosen areas, be it better offensive capabilities, the ability to act after unpacking the army, and more. You'll gain new abilities as you progress, and when you're done attacking or defending one area, you may pack up and take the army wherever you want again. For a game series that has been fairly abstract and similar in the way it's done army management over the years, this is a seriously great change and actually makes warfare one of the best parts of the game. The second major aspect I love about Civ 7 is the change to city management. Civilization is still based on a tile system where you expand your city limits by unlocking nearby tiles depending on your food supply. Before, every tile would have to be cultivated in order to bring you proper yields, but now, unlocking a tile will automatically build a basic structure there. However, if you want the true profits in industry, you need to convert your rural districts to urban ones. This happens basically whenever you build anything of note, like temples, industrial buildings, wonders, and more. This is what allows you to truly take advantage of your tiles and build a bustling civilization. But there's more here. We now have the possibility to build 2 urban structures on the same tile, but certain combinations will actually yield you large bonuses under the right circumstances, like being a specific culture and combining 2 unique cultural buildings. When combined and with the new visuals, I find their development and the overall aesthetics and feeling of Sprawl to be so much more immersive than ever before, and feel like Civilization has a city building system with corresponding visuals that will stand the test of time. Perhaps the single biggest change in Civilization history, however, can be attributed to what the game has done with cultures and civilizational change. You see, even though we're still choosing to assume the role of different leaders from across the world, from Napoleon to Friedrich, Isabella, Himiko, Amina, Benjamin Franklin, and so on and so forth, now none of these leaders are actually inherently tied to a specific civilization. In fact, rather than being completely linear and non-changing throughout the game, every civilization is now tied not only to age, but to a variety of factors that enable new ones. For example, it's possible to pick the leader of Charlemagne and begin in antiquity as Rome. You may then pick among other available civilizations in the exploration age, like the Normans, and then once you get to the modern era, you have the ability to pick civs like France, Meiji Japan, Mexico, and the Mughals. It is a good way to spice up the campaign and to change the aesthetics of your civ as you go, and it also helps to make each age distinct. However, if you wish to just jump in as any of the available civilizations, this is actually possible too. If you choose a civilization in the earliest age, you will begin the game as usual, namely by choosing a spot to settle. But if you choose a later civ, like in the exploration age and onward, your civ will be settled to a certain point to reflect the passage of time. This does let you begin as any leader and any civ you want to though, so I do appreciate that it's still possible to jump into the game as any civ, regardless of the new system of ages and civilizational change. Of course, what's especially fun with Civilization is that it's all possible to play in multiplayer, and with Civilization VII, the multiplayer is even cross-play compatible. In other words, you can now play an entire epic multi-age campaign from start to finish across PC and consoles, or focus on a single civilization and age with up to 5 or 8 people depending on the era you begin with. The game also uses simultaneous turns, which means that there's minimal waiting with maximum interaction. And for someone who knows how it feels to not have simultaneous turns in multiplayer from other series, I really appreciate that. Civilization VII is without a doubt my favorite Civilization game to date, and is partly owed to its revamped and immersive visual design, its modernized and fun army management and warfare systems, and the new building systems, which feels more organic and specialized than ever. Civilization VII releases February 11th with advanced access available right now, so make sure to check out the game on PC and consoles. Remember to leave a like and a comment down below with your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching, thank you so much to 2K for sponsoring this video, and I'll see you next time. Cheers!